Hey everyone, today I've got the Smurfs The Lost Village movie review. The Smurfs take a trip through a magical land, but not realizing what is in store for them once they reach there. As far as the story goes, I went into this movie not really knowing what I was getting into, since I technically am not a huge fan of the Smurfs, and in general, I know that this is a movie that, could be a good fit for those who were Smurfs fans back in the day, as well as a new generation, because this is a sequel that definitely feels like it's geared towards a younger demographic, and I, feel like a lot of what they focus on is the journey that the Smurfs go on, and not necessarily the destination that they reach. So I would say I was, slightly disappointed in this movie. No, wait, I was super disappointed in this movie. I was definitely hoping to see a lot more than what I was getting, and unfortunately this is one of those movies that I think is one of the worst movies of this year. I really couldn't see myself getting into this movie too much. As far as the casting goes, I have seen a lot of decent actors in this movie, and I would say that they weren't always a good fit for these characters, but some of them, yeah, I could say maybe they did just an okay job. You've got Demi Lovato, who plays Smurfette, and yeah, she was pretty much one of the central focuses of this film, which was actually really surprising, considering that at times it did feel like movies that I have seen before with certain concepts and characters, and I feel like she definitely shined in this movie. She stood out a lot, and even Joe Manganiello, who plays Hefty Smurf, and I thought, yeah, he was really funny to bring this character to life, and it was just really different and weird to hear him voice this character in an animated film. Rainn Wilson, who plays the main villain of this movie, who's like this scary wizard guy who's out to get the Smurfs. He was okay, but I know that he can be a funny guy as well. As far as anybody else goes, you've got Julia Roberts, Michelle Rodriguez, Ellie Kemper playing some of the characters who the Smurfs come across in The Lost Village of Smurfs. They were all just like, not as great as I thought they would be, and it really just wasn't that big of a deal, and maybe I was overhyping their characters a little too much. But then again, once again, I thought I was expecting a lot more. So the things that I did like about this movie was that, this movie did have some pretty cool animation. It had some lighthearted moments, and especially I caught on to that "I'm blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-die," that song. Other than that, I really didn't care too much about seeing any of the rest of the film. So this is a bad love review contender, because most of the time this movie was hard to follow. Within the first 10 minutes of the film, I really lost interest in what was going on, because there were so many pacing issues and things that I felt could have been done a lot better. But then again, do I really care about the rest of the movie? The things that I didn't really like about this movie, I felt like it really wasn't as original as it was making itself out to be, and it really didn't make me care too much about any of the characters and any of the circumstances that they were going through, and it just overall wasn't interesting to watch. And too bad it wasn't short enough of a film, because ironically, this movie went by really fast, and I'm kind of glad that it did. So overall, I would say that Smurfs The Lost Village just did not impress me whatsoever. I don't think I've seen the best animated film, and especially with the Smurfs, with their reputation, I would have assumed that it would have been done a whole lot better. So I can't really see myself recommending this movie even to kids seeing this movie. You may like it, but maybe not so much for the adults. So I would give this 1.5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the Smurfs The Lost Village, and as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, coming every week for a Trial Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.